Right then. We've got a bit of time. Got maybe an hour and a half. We'll see how long YouTube decides I can stay on today before they kick me off. Apologies for the abrupt end to the last stream if you were watching. That was the reason why. We do have an offer in for Kalisa from a Chinese club. Now, I don't want to scare them off. So we'll ask for 15 million quid and see what they feel about that. They accept the offer almost immediately, which is fantastic. So we're going to get 15 million quid for our backup centre-half, which means that we now require a centre-half. Maybe we might just loan somebody in. Maybe we might sign somebody. Who knows? But we do have some scout reports waiting to come in for some centre-halves and some other players, so we'll keep an eye on that and see who comes up. We've got the likes of Bella Kochap, Onjin, Alan Franco all getting scouted. And if they are willing to join me, then I will make one of them signings happen. We don't need to make any change to our squad registration just yet. Nobody's joined us. There's Batista Maya officially joining us on a permanent deal. 3.5 million quid, I think, is a bit of a bargain. And we're trying to settle Esposito as well. Can I declare interest? I certainly can. Top target. Come on, Inter Milan. How much? 14 million. Come on. See, now when the media see things like that, it doesn't mean nothing. I would pay he's our absolute number one priority. Imagine if we signed Esposito in this window. Oh. Well, the first game of this stream is against Preston North End in the FA Cup third round. We will quickly make our changes to our bench. Sergio Gomez does not start in central midfield. Mumba goes in. Or maybe Jakobsen. Yeah, we'll put Jakobsen in. We'll put Benjamin Clark in at centre back. And that's pretty much it. Let's get to the first game of this stream. Felix Correa, of course, starting on the right-hand side as Abdul Kadir Omar is currently injured. Preston. We should beat Preston. Keyword should. We'll wait and see how that goes. Let's get a kick-off and see how things go. They're playing pretty defensively in a 4-4-2. First highlight of the game comes 9 minutes in. It's Christiansen with a throw-in on the right-hand side. Come on, Rasmus. Gets past his man, finds Esposito. Felix Correa is there. He gets his 4th goal of the season and puts us 1-0 up pretty early on. We don't need to say this. Don't think there's anybody watching. Hey, God. Batista Maya with a free kick. Plays it in. Esposito is there. And Batista Maya, on his first game since becoming a permanent member of Sunderland's squad, gets a perfect assist with the free kick. And Esposito gets his 18th goal of the season. Absolutely delightful. Great header. Great goal. Are we going to have a Preston North End attack? 30 minutes in. They are in possession in the midfield. We're closing them down well though, and Esposito pinches the ball from Bauer. He's in behind. Esposito hits the post. I have trained him to go around the keeper when on one-on-one positions. I'm guessing he wasn't quite in enough of a one-on-one position to actually make use of that player trait. Felix Correa's picked up a knock. We cannot afford that to happen. We'll bring on Anton in. Oh, on that right-hand side. Now we have at Sunderland 2, Preston North End 0. I am very happy with how things are going, lads. Let's get back into it. Oh, Perez. Very confident header back to Jack Butland there. That could have quite easily have been an absolute disaster. Don't. Antonin wins the header, finds Sergio Gomez. And we pick things up in the midfield. George Dobson to Jakobsen. Oh, nice ball over the top for Esposito. Declan Rudd. I'm guessing it's Declan Rudd. With a good save. Sergio Gomez with a corner from post. It is cleared. And Johnson can bring it away from Preston down the... Oh, Batista, Maya. Look at the work rate on the boy. I can tell he's better already now that he's signed for us permanently. So half an hour to go. We've already made one sub. We'll leave the boys out there for another 5-10 minutes. And then we will look to make some changes to our starting 11. Ivan can come off. We'll bring on... Ivan can come on, sorry. We'll bring off Rasmussen and Christiansen. And Perez can come off as well. We'll bring on Kalisa. And this very well might be his final game for the club before he departs for China. .68 minutes gone now. Preston North End in possession, trying to come down the right-hand side. I mean, a little bit nervy. We've somehow managed through the panic to keep possession. Away, boys. A bit forward. This is not going to end well if we keep it up. Thankfully, Batista Maya takes control on this left-hand side. Plays into Sergio Gomez. Oh, through for Esposito. That was the run. And Seb. We need him. I need him in my life. Absolutely phenomenal through ball by Sergio Gomez. Is brilliantly finished by Esposito. Batista Maya involved in the build-up play as well. But that, he spots the run. Esposito with a lot of work to do from that angle. But it is a fantastic finish at the back post. We've got no more subs to make. We'll just have to see out the rest of this game with the players that we have on the pitch. We do want to keep ourselves relatively fresh for the league form. This is only the FA Cup third round, but I would like to make it as far as humanly possible into the domestic cup competitions this season. Oliver Batista Maya, I'm telling you what, he's had the best game he's had for a while now that he's signed permanently. Hello Scrub Gamer, how's it going, mate? You catch us just in the January transfer window. Hopefully we're going to make some moves happen. We've accepted a £15 million bid for our backup centre-back, Kalisa. I believe it is a club in China, so if we can get that money, I want to put it towards Esposito if we can. We do have quite a number of scouting reports coming back in from various positions that we're looking at, centre-half being one of them. But even if we just need to loan somebody for the rest of the season to cover us, that would do for me. We have made Oliver Batista Maya's loan deal permanent. £3.5 million from Bayern Munich. I think is a fantastic deal. And we're trying to unsettle Esposito. See if Inter Milan will play ball. Why have we got... Oh, well, we've got Liverpool again. Oh, jeez. I mean... Whose idea was this? I should have just got knocked out at the quarterfinals. We will rest our boys. Only a few days to go between now and the Liverpool game, the first leg. Right, Carlos Alenia, I've got to make a decision. If we are to sign him, he wouldn't be first choice if we get this fella. Now, the likelihood is we don't get this fella due to work permit issues. But I don't want, not a 45k a week, I don't. We might revisit Carlos Alenia at the end of the season. If he does officially get released and no other club comes in, maybe then we'll have a look, see if he lowers his wage demands. But right now, because we can't sign him permanently in this January transfer window, he is on loan at Sevilla. I think we're just going to leave him. Crystal Palace coming in for one of my youngsters. You cannot have him. Oh. Wuhan. We've offered 21 million for Kalisa. Right. Can I reject the other offer now? I'm sure I can. I can. 21 million quid. I will take that all day. Now, Branimir Kalisa has been a decent enough player for us. But I want him gone for £21 million. Surplus to requirements. I don't care if it upsets him. Right, hopefully that's unsettled him a little bit, and he is willing to discuss terms with Wuhan for a potentially £21 million deal. Come on, please. That would fund Esposito, I'm almost certain. What we're thinking. It's too good to turn down, right? It is. It is. We would just need to sign some chump on loan who's willing to sit in our squad and not get any game time. And that would cover Kalisa. And then we can revisit centre-half at the end of the season. Leo Maria. Now, I know he turns good. But unfortunately for him, we don't really have any spaces in our squad to justify spending nearly 9 million quid on him. Who else we got here? Kahinde Mohammed from Orlando. No, Kano Pillars. I was going to say Orlando Pirates. He looks pretty good. I wonder if he'd join me without a work permit, because he almost certainly won't have one. Hiya, Tom. It certainly did disconnect. I have maybe an hour and a half to go until I have to go. We will stream for that long, or until YouTube disconnects me again. We'll see how long it lasts. We did stream for about an hour and a half earlier on, so that was longer than we'd got in the past few streams. If you have missed it, Tom, we've accepted a £21 million bid for Branimir Kalisa, who is our third choice centre-back. Wuhan, a team from China, have made the offer. So hopefully he will be departing us, and we can then make some further moves. I'm thinking I've got to go for Esposito this window. I think if we complete the rest of this season with Esposito in the fine form that he's in, it's going to be impossible to sign him. Impossible. He'll go back to Inter Milan and they will promote him to the first team squad, at which point he's pretty much gone. He's valued at 25.5 million quid now. He was only valued at 15 million about 2 days ago. Oh shit. Oh why? That's not good things. But we've somehow managed to draw against Liverpool in the League Cup semi-final. The team who've just battered us 5-0. So what you reckon, Tom? Another 5-0? I'm going 3-0 this time. Atletico Madrid move for Capaldo. So if we want to make a move for him, we'll have to do it now. And I think I'm going to pass. Yep, I'm going to pass. Now this is the fella I'm wanting to sign on a free. He might be a bit injury prone. That might be a bit of a concern. Is he going to get a work permit? That's all I want to know. So scout reports coming in. Manuel Ugart was the one I was pinpointing, wasn't he? My scouts don't think too much of him. I'll probably leave him then. Maybe if his potential was much higher, I would look to bring him in. Gasparini could be an option in goal. Luis Montañez is probably going to be our backup option if Esposito is just impossible to sign. Or maybe this guy, Gabriel Novillo. We looked at him earlier. Excellent technique, which is what I really enjoy about him. So we could sign Jerome Ongin once we sell Branimir Kalisa and get ourselves a really, really, really top quality centre-half. That's the one I would have secretly really wanted. Alan Franco's a no-go. Michael O'Connor was one of the young regens, wasn't he? He looked pretty good. Alejandro Cortez. They want silly money. Alright then, let's go and get our ass kicked by Liverpool. We'll start Ballymumba today at central midfield. We're not starting Kalisa, we'll start Benjamin Clark. I want Ivan on the bench. I want Jose Gomes on the bench ideally as well. We'll take off Antonin. We've got Eddie Nketiah who basically fulfills a pretty similar job to him. His contract's running out, but because I'm an English club, I can't approach him. Right, we'll submit this side. Now, do we try and beat Liverpool at their own game and risk another thrashing? I think we do. Come on, boys. Come on. Ah, here we go. 5-0 again. We're about to see. I'm going for it. I'm not messing about. This is knockout time. We're away from home. League Cup semis. We've got nothing to lose. Apart from our place in the competition. Oh, leaving so much space on the wings. Haaland is in behind. He's got number 10 at the back post. He goes back to Wijnaldum. Mo Salah strikes it. Comes out to Sadio Mane. Get the challenge. Oh, don't give away a penalty. Give away a penalty. Yeah. This will be much funnier in a few seasons' time when we're battering Liverpool. But for right now, we're just going to have to take our beatings as a man. Another Liverpool attack, this time Robertson on the left-hand side to Keita. Firmino plays it in. Jack Butland saves. It's going to have to be at your very best today, Jack, if we're to stand any sort of hope. Five minutes left. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with this first half. We're only getting beat 1-0. Abdelkadir Omar to Sergio Gomez. Munoz on this left-hand side. Gets past his man. Yeah, I tell him not to shoot. He still does it, and it does work every now and then. His second goal of the season levels things up 40 minutes in. We scored against Liverpool. Can you believe it? Get the banners out. Get the balloons out. It's better than a cup win, this. Munoz getting past his man. Goalkeeper was nowhere to be seen. Now we have at half-time, Liverpool 1, Sunderland 1. I am very happy with the performance. I will take that all day, every day. Can we have a repeat of the first half, please, in this second half? That will do for me, thank you. We will look to get Omar off, though. We'll bring on Philippe. We need to keep Omar fresh. He's just returned from injury. That's worthy of a league win, that, Tom. Beating Liverpool as a newly promoted side. Yeah. Are we going to do it ourselves? Esposito's there. Oh, Esposito. One-on-one. That was our chance. That was the opportunity. And here we go. Mo Salah with a corner. Jack Butland saves. Could this be the day? They're not playing half as good as they did in the league game. Origi switches the play to Alexander-Arnold on the right-hand side. Good challenge into Mo Salah. Ah. I'm not watching their replays. They don't deserve it. 8 minutes to go. We will look to make a couple of changes there. Even at 2-1. I will take that. We've got our second leg. You never know. I think next time we'll play them, we'll defend wider. I think one of the major issues is their wingers just getting too much space, particularly in and around the box. So we'll get our fullbacks moving out there quicker. Everton at home next 4 days. That is back in league action. can't believe Esposito's price is updated that much. He jumped £10 million in value in one game. You're not loaning an in for 100k a month. Get lost. I'm not expecting a work permit for that guy. Not expecting a work permit for this guy either. We're going to apply for them though. Be decided in a couple of days for them too. Hello Fortnite FIFA, how's it going? And there he is, Branimir Kalisa, our third choice centre back, leaving to join Wuhan, home of the Corona, for 21 million quid. See you later, mate. It was nice knowing you. That gives us a budget now of £28 million. I'm going all out for Esposito. So centre back wise, we need somebody, anybody, just to sit in our bench. What am I doing here? We'll clear this. We'll go onto the loan list and see if there's any, just anybody. I don't even care who you are particularly. Kalisa wasn't that great. Mark Guel, you will absolutely do. Have we already got 2 domestic long-term loans? Doesn't say anything. We can't offer a loan. Benoit Badiashile. Abso-friggin-lutely. I would sign him if it's cheap. Nope. We'll go for the loan. See if we can get an optional future fee in. 5.75 million for Badiashile. We'll do it. Esposito will completely be worth it, Tom. I completely agree. He's going to be our talisman throughout this save. I am a Sunderland fan, Fortnite FIFA. For me sins. Oh, Butland having a good week in training. It's a little bit of a surprise. Who is my third choice centre back? Benjamin Clark was fourth choice, who was promoted to the first team. Badiashile. Oh, Perez Hancha Olsen. That's who it is. Completely forgot who it was. So he'd be more than good enough to come in. If we need him. Right, 7 million quid for this guy. We've got to accept it, don't we? £7 million it could rise to. So 1.5 million up front, an extra mil, 1.1. See, them are the issues, aren't it? I don't expect him to make that many appearances for Crystal Palace. Yeah, give us 7.5 mil up front and you can have him Crystal Palace. Oh, Mikel, stop whinging about his game time. Right, Eddie Nketiah loan has been finished. That's a bit of a disaster. We need a new backup striker. Should we just sign Montenegro? Yeah, we're just signing Lewis. He can play a second fiddle to Esposito. No. 4.8 mil. That would still give us about £23 million to play with to be able to try and sign Esposito. You're not going to be a regular starter. Can you downgrade that? He certainly can. He's happy with his squad player status. We will up his contract a little bit to compensate. You don't need that, mate. Oh. Oh, wait. At least we got rid of the minimum fee release clause. That's fine. We'll have our two boys, Esposito and Luis Montenegro. Thought it was kicking me there. Looks like I'm still alive. Hello. Continue on. I want to get through as many games as quickly as I possibly can. We'll put £7.5 million as last price. His work permit's been rejected. He's unwilling to join without a work permit. Oh, come on. Ah, Dejan Zukic. That free transfer looks absolutely really, really good. We can't get a work permit. And he's unwilling to join without one. This guy is. So we'll take him. He joins us in January of next season. Right. Butland, Nissen Christiansen. Jakobsen does not start at centre-back. Benjamin Clark does. Sergio Gomez starts in attacking midfield. And we'll bring on Jakobsen in the centre of midfield. Rest of the first 11's absolutely fine. Ivan's already on the bench. We've got Jose Gomez on the bench. We are ready to go. Everton, absolutely ridiculously defensive formation. I predict a 3-1 win. Come on, boys. Oh, highlight straight from kickoff. Is my arrogance going to be punished? Dinya to Bernard. Can we get the challenge in? Gabamin. If they end up going 1-0 up, this is an absolute disaster. They're playing such a defensive formation. They hit the bar. I think that was the highlight. We would really, really struggle to break that down, I think. 3 centre-backs, all very capable of containing Esposito. Doesn't look like we're playing very well first 10 minutes. Oh, we've got a free kick. Sergio Gomez territory, this. Come on, Sergio. What did I tell you? He's a god. Sergio Gomez's 3rd goal of the season. Have they all been direct free kicks? Very well might have been. But he strikes that sweet as you like. Pickford cannot get to it. So Everton playing defensively like this game is going to fly through until they make a change. We are more than happy to sit on a positive team mentality, keeping possession, whilst they are happy to sit and defend. Oh, there you go. They've moved to a balanced team mentality. We might start seeing some more activity from them. Looks like they're trying to play pretty narrow wingers as well. It's not going to cause us too many concerns. We are playing pretty narrow defensively. 20 minutes to go. They're playing on the counter now. Here we are. Sigurdsson with a free kick. It's played in. We do get it clear. Abdul Kadir Omar will be the man first on it, bombing down this left-hand side. He's got a lot of Everton bodies chasing him back, but he gets past one. He whips the ball in. Esposito, it's blocked. Oh, don't let this be the counter-attack. There we have it. 15 minutes to go. Sergio can come off. We'll bring on Philippe. We will also bring on Felix Correa and Ivan. Ten minutes to go. Come on, boys, hold out. I mean, oh, there we are. There's the change. They have gone very attacking. Suddenly with a 3 up top. Doesn't seem to have made any difference though. 15 seconds remain. And it's 4 on 4. Sigurdsson. Oh, don't do this to me. Oh, thank God for that, Esposito. Yeah, that's a professional foul if you've ever seen one. And he gets sent off. He might have just saved us 2 points. But he's probably cost us in the next 3 games. We do get the win. But we lose Esposito. Your value should be plummeting after that. So we could sign you. I'm not appealing. Sergio Gomez gets man of the match and 3 points in the bag. We have Spurs away from home next. We did beat them at home. But I'm not anticipating quite the performance away from home. So if we get beat, we get beat. Just need to try and get in Lewis Montagneo beforehand, maybe. Get him registered. A good start. Someone looking at Benjamin Clark. Back off, buddy. He's getting a new deal. Yep, that's fine. I'm keeping you for 5 years though, Ben. Or 4, that'll do. You don't need that. You don't need that. There we are. Get him tied down to a new deal. No messing about. Perez continues to improve. By far and away the best centre-back at the club. And I think he'll be one of the best centre-backs in the Premier League within a season. Maybe a season and a half. At least after the Spurs game we have what looks like a relatively easier tie against Burnley at home. Where are they sitting? Sitting 20th? Sitting bottom of the league, 1 win all season. You know what that means. As Lewis Montagneo coming in. He's going to find himself chucked straight into league action now with Esposito's suspension. Right, send on intensive language course. George Dobson, show him round the training ground and that. We will work on his advanced forward role. The weakest part of his game as an advanced forward. Maybe his touch. His ball control. Yeah, we'll work on that. Plays with back to goal. I don't really like that as a player trait for him. I want to play on the last man. No, I'm not listening to you, David Platt. Go around the keeper on one-on-ones. That's fine. Right. Spurs. They're sitting 7th, we sit in 5th. They have massively come back into the limelight. They were really, really struggling earlier in the season. As Max Haygarth leaving for 190k. Who? I think it's one of the randos. Head of youth development signed for the under-23s. Right. Butland, Christensen, Perez, Benjamin Clark, Munoz, George Dobson, Jakobsen, Omar. No, you're not. Sergio Gomez, Batista Maya, Lewis Montagneo, Jose Gomez, come on the bench. There we are. Lewis is number 14, just like Thierry Henry. Right, they come on with 4-2-3-1. Looks like they'll be playing on the front foot, same as us. I think That's a lot better than what they played against us last time. I think they were playing a heavily defensive formation. I wonder if they've sacked Jose Mourinho yet. They haven't. He's just adapted. Mourinho's adapted. Can you believe it? Sergio Gomez bombing through the centre. Goes for goal. That's not what you're meant to do. You're just meant to play the killer through balls through strikers. "20 minutes gone. Been a bit of a quiet opening 20. Spurs come forward though with Lo Celso. Goes for the goal. Jack Button with a save. That is not a highlight. It is a highlight. Okay. Sorry, Football Manager. Guess you know best. Why? This is a dull first half, isn't it? I will take it though. Spurs 0, Sunderland 0 going in at half time. Not a bad performance from us so far. We are keeping the lion's share of the possession. It looks like we've had a good few opportunities as well. Just nothing really clear cut. Good play by Spurs down the right hand side. Lasala. Back to Sheikh Dele Alli. Hits the post. We are going to go balanced. Oh, Sergio Gomez with a free kick. Back post, goes over the bar. We need a free kick just about there, where he can shoot on goal. "20 minutes to go. Jose Gomes can come on at left back. Philippe can come on at attack at midfield. We'll take off Batista Maya. We'll bring on Felix Correa on that left hand side. He is typically more of a right-sided player, but we're playing an inverted winger on the left-hand side, so that matches his right foot. Go a bit more direct for the final 5. I will take a 0-0 draw all day. They've gone very attacking. Omar with a free kick, 20 seconds to go. Oh, what a save! Oh, it's a free kick. Now, that would have been quite something if we managed to pinch this at the death. But it wasn't to be. And now we have it full time. Spurs 0, Sunderland 0. Well done, lads. That was a good result. We can't get above our station. Can't be expecting wins in those sort of games. Inter Milan haven't replied to my Esposito bid yet, have they? They have not. I hope they do it sooner rather than later. Even if they just reject it, that's absolutely fine, because it might rub Sebastiano up the wrong way. Yes, we know he's not going to get a work permit. Just let him join. We'll let him train in our youths, get him loaned out until he can get a work permit. Burnley next. This should be a much easier game on paper. They currently sit bottom of the table, and we are at home. Although I didn't see Montenegro touch the ball in that game, so maybe there we are. He's coming in 475k. I'm not too fussed about that. His tackling and passing's very, very good. He's pretty well rounded apart from that, and at 18 years old, he's a 2.5 star apparently. In our under 23s, is he? Tell you what, we will get you working. He could potentially be an option to come into the first team squad next season and be a bit of a backup for us. He does need to work on his pace. Runs with the ball often, that's fine. Movement. And dribble down the right flank. 14 dribbling as well. He's pretty good. He needs to work on his flair. But apart from that, he'll be a pretty good attack and wing back, I would say. We'll leave him in the under 23. Or should we try and loan him? We should probably try and loan him out. At 2.5 stars, he's already pretty close to our first team squad. Which means with maybe a season somewhere that has at a high enough level, he might be pretty good. So a regular starter in the is it all MLS? I don't want him to go to the MLS. MLS. Vallecano, squad player. I think the only starting spots are all MLS teams. So Santa Clara's squad. Tondela is squad. And Vallecano is squad. Everything else is MLS. We'll accept. Getting first team football is better than not. Badiashile comes in on loan. We can buy him for 5.75 million as an optional fee agreed. He is a pretty good player, but it's probably not something I will activate anytime soon. So he replaces Branimir Kalisa, who of course has just left for £21 million. He's better than Kalisa, purely down to his acceleration. 2.5 stars is a little bit low in my opinion. So we'll make him a central defender on defend. He's not very aggressive. His positioning could use some work. So we'll do that. Double his intensity and not be starting every week. And let's get a player trade in. Mark opponents tightly. What do you think? That's fine by me. Avoids using his weaker foot. Right, let's clear this. Butland, Christensen, Perez, Badiashile, no. Benjamin Clark, Munoz, Dobson. Swap them round. Jakobsen, Omar, Gomez, Batista Maya and Esposito. Montenegro is on the bench. Come on, boys. Let's get it. So Burnley away from home. They're playing a similar formation to what we are. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. They are positive as well. Burnley positive. Who's the manager? Clearly isn't Sean Dyche. Some nice play by them down the left-hand side, to be frank. Dwight O'Neill gets dispossessed by Rasmus Nissen Christiansen, and he bombs down the right-hand side. And he shoots. I'm sick of telling them not to shoot. Mavro Panas plays the ball back to Pope. Oh, Esposito closed him down. He caused some problems there. Sergio Gomez picks it up. Back to Jakobsen. Goes for goal. He hits the post. Oh, it's cleared. Denzel Dumfries. Oh, big win by Benjamin Clark. Finds Batista Maya on this left-hand side. Come on, Munoz. What can you do with it? Back to Benjamin Clark. Switch the player. Nicely found Omar on this right-hand side. He cuts in. And that is a fantastic goal. His 5th goal of the season. Benjamin Clark is accredited with the assist. And we go 1-0 up 12 minutes in against Burnley. This is just our boy. Look at him go. Look at him blossom. He's spreading play, he's dictating tempo. Doesn't know himself. And Omar with a fantastic finish. One there. It's going to be a corner. It's a free kick, sorry. Sergio Gomez, back post. It goes over the line. It looks like the assistant referee is doing something. Oh, Benjamin Clark was the goal as well. Sergio Gomez plays it in. Where's this offside? What? That is not offside. That's not offside. It's bull. Don't start messing about now, lads. After we've just had a disallowed goal. Munoz brings it down the left, gets dispossessed by Jack Cook, but Batista Maya is following it up. Come on, Oliver. Back to Munoz. Whips it in. Esposito's there, and Seb gets his 20th goal of this season. This is why we need to sign this lad on a permanent basis. And we'll build our side all around him. Batista Maya doing decent enough work down the left-hand side. Pinning it back to Munoz with a decent cross here, getting past his man. And Esposito can do that all day long. Oh, nearly. Apologies for the quick end of this stream, lads. I have to go. I'll catch you later.